It all comes back to money.
This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenberger and Bart Steindler.
All right, welcome back to Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenberger joined as always by Bart Steindler. If you're just tuning in, we were talking about Stan Lee and the unfortunate mistakes that were made that hopefully some people can learn from. You know, I think the saddest thing in there is that his daughter is just spending all of his money. You know, It's always sad when you see that. I mean, it's just that your relationship has deteriorated so badly that you're basically a giant wallet.
I think sometimes it's really, really difficult when you are like an amazingly successful, wealthy person and you have multiple millions of dollars to try to impart onto your family that it is not a reason for them to not figure things out for themselves, to not have a budget, to not if everything is just given to them,
right?
Have they really realized, the fulfillment in their life as in the same respect as if they had been given a little bit to get started and then they had their own career and earned their own money and then maybe got some later on in life?
Right. Yeah. Unfortunate.
See it over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you missed any part of the show, you can always find it on our podcast. Go to any of your favorite podcast partners, now including Spotify, and search for the Keeping Your Money Show. You can also find it on our website. Go to keepingyourmoney.com. You ever want to give us a call, feel free. The toll-free number is 888-98-MONEY, 888-986-6639. We don't take calls on the air, but we do have someone answering that phone 24 hours a day. So most people, hopefully, are done with their taxes.
Yep.
You have basically
or you filed an extension.
Well, I mean, you still have till Monday.
Right.
You're in the home stretch here. I mean, I hope you're getting it done now. But we just saw this new tax law, and so everyone got used to that and what your deductions look like now, and they're a little bit different. Good news, if you're a CPA, maybe the IRS is not done with you. They have some more changes that they would like to institute, and this to me is a perfect example of government just completely overreaching and forcing you to do something that quote unquote is for your benefit, right?
Did they find something in their system that is drastically not working?
No.
No?
No. They just decided they would really prefer to stop sending out money and having to receive money on April 15th. So if they could figure out a way that everyone at the end of the year will zero out, then that would be great. Well, here's the thing. That will never happen.
That's impossible.
It was never going to happen. At a minimum, you're going to owe a little bit, or you're going to get a little bit. You're never going to be perfect. So they're going through this entire process to change the W-4. Now, you may not even think about the W-4 because most people fill it out once when they get employed and never look at it again. Good news, you'll get to fill it out annually now. And not only that, does it not even look like a W-4? It looks like a 1040. The thing references 12 other IRS publications in having you fill it out, will require all of your income, including non-wage income, such as interest and dividends, itemized and other deductions. I'm not sure in January how you'll know what your itemized deductions will be for the whole year. And we were joking when we were off the air. I guess you could determine then if it looked financially beneficial to have cancer that year or not. I mean...
Yeah, if you put it off to next year when you can use those medical deductions
Right.
more. But yeah, so many of these things are going to ask you to put on there at the beginning of the year. You don't know how much money. You don't know if you're going to get a raise. You don't know if you're going to get a bonus. Let's say you're like us and you don't get paid a salary. Mm-hmm. It's based on it's a number based on production. You don't know. There's no way of knowing.
Business owners don't know what they're making.
No.
You estimate.
Yeah.
But you estimate it quarterly. The best one was for employees with multiple jobs. They want you to put the total annual taxable wages for all your other jobs. Well, if you have multiple jobs, you're probably making hourly wages. How many people in January know what they're going to make in their part-time minimum wage job this year. I mean,
So
it's
let's say
just stupid.
Let's say your part-time job is that you're working in a restaurant on weekends. Okay.
Yeah, who knows?
How do you know if the restaurant is going to employ you every weekend? How do you know if that they're not going to be busy one night and they let you out early? Mm-hmm. If it's tips that you're making, how are you? There's no way of knowing how many tips you're going to get during the year at the beginning of the year.
Okay. And the best part of this is, remember, you're filling this out and giving it to your employer. So one of the questions that has been raised is privacy. What if I don't want my employer to know I have another job? It's not really their business. What if I don't want my employer to know what my wife makes or whether she's employed? I mean, it's not really their business.
Or your investment income.
Right.
That's none of their business
And,
either.
and keep in mind, all of this is just to come up with the number of deductions you will choose to have taken out of your paycheck. That's all this is for.
Right.
I mean, what a stupid and ridiculously long process to decide whether you're going to choose 2 or 3 because they don't want you to have too big of a refund. I mean, like really? Like really? Like that's what the IRS is trying to solve?
And there's no possible ways that they're going to eliminate having to owe at the end of the year or having to get refunds at the end of the year.
The only way they could do it is if you did this form, they promised you if you owed less than $500, it would just be wiped out. Maybe that would be an incentive to get people to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if they owed you 68 cents, they're going to have to send it to you.
Yeah. And, you know, people are already, I mean, every year when there's a big election coming out, they always bring up this thing, we're going to simplify the tax form.
And every time they try to, they make it worse.
Right. And so prior to an election, it's always we're going to have it on a postcard. We're going to have it on one sheet of paper. And now they're talking about the and now the election's over. They're talking about the W-4 having, 24 different categories you got to fill out?
Yes. But here's the best part. The new version of this, after horrible feedback on the original one, the new one will be available May 31st, according to the IRS, and they encourage taxpayers to take advantage of that opportunity to send them comments on the new redesign. I don't want to be the person that has to field those comments because I can't imagine a lot of them are like, man, we love this.
Oh, and here's another thing. You know, our tax dollars are going to pay for somebody to sit there and read all these comments, 90% of which are going to be obscenities aimed at the IRS. And we got to pay somebody to sit there and read them, and that's where our tax dollars are going.
I mean, it's just so dumb. Like, it's so dumb. Like,
So, Jamie, in case you're not sure and you're listening to this, Jamie and I both don't like this idea.
I'm just appalled how stupid this is. Like, I just don't understand. If you ever need to understand why government needs to be involved in less of our lives, this is a perfect example. You want to simplify taxes? It's very simple. Of course, the lobbyists that are flooding both sides of the aisle with money don't like this idea. But the simplest way is we all pay 15%. And we pay it on a certain amount of income, like above a threshold. So, and I mean, I'm not doing the math right now, but I don't think it would be that hard to figure it out. You figure out what our budget is. You figure out what the annual incomes in America are, and you figure out what percentage of that you need to make it all work, and then you exempt, the first 50,000 or something, so people not making a lot of money don't end up paying taxes. You eliminate all the credits, deductions, write-offs, 17-page explanations of why this, that, or the other thing you don't have. There's no more schedules. You just pay 15%. It's that simple. Yeah. You can get out a calculator, you times it by your income, you mail a check, over with. Move on with your life.
Yeah.
But that's too easy because every lobbying organization in America wants it to be complicated. And now the IRS is going to spend tens of millions of dollars to make it even more complicated. So complicated that Ernst & Young was worried their employees, they're an accounting firm, they were afraid their employees would struggle to fill it out correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So how many hours between all these different companies and all these different employment companies and all these different HR departments of training when this new thing comes out?
Billions, baby.
Yeah.
It's just billions, Bart.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about how toll roads could fix America's state pension crisis and why I think it'll never happen. Right here on the Keep Your Money Show.
The ups and downs of a roller coaster are fun for some people, but maybe too nerve-wracking for others. The same is true for the ups and downs of the stock market. If your palms sweat when the market fluctuates, it may be time to reevaluate your investment choices. The ride to your financial future shouldn't keep you awake at night. Call the Keeping Your Money Show at 1-888-98-MONEY to get off the roller coaster and onto solid ground.